Titan is where Thanos spends the majority of the third act battle, and where he is almost defeated. The immense scale of the environment and its ruined nature had to work to underscore Thanos' motivations.
Titan was like most planets.
The audience had to feel his sense of loss. Production built a large Titan environment set which filled the biggest soundstage at Pinewood Atlanta Studios. We virtually located the set in 5 separate locations on Titan according to sequence. The Titan that ended up in the movie was almost entirely CG. This served several purposes. It allowed us to light the environment with a more consistent and natural daylight lighting look. We could reframe the environment to better serve the narrative, and add more colour variation to the environment and the set dressing elements. The environment had to work in both extreme wide views covering several kilometres, down to the detail of the glyphs on the tiled floor section that we designed. When the Titan fight spilled out from the immediate environment that the production had conceptualised, we designed new areas of ruined Titan by referencing Greek and Mayan ruins and creating the archaeological equivalent on Titan. We used some clever instancing to maximise the huge amount of geometric detail required to describe this expansive environment.
I'm sorry, I can't remember anybody's names.
As the main antagonist of the entire Infinity Saga, Thanos had to have a compelling presence and a broad emotional range, from meditating on past actions
The hardest choices require the strongest wills.
to seething rage.
Titan was like most planets.
Although his actions initially seem rational, he eventually reveals himself to be a narcissist and psychopath.
There will always be those that are unable to accept what can be. They will resist.
Creating a fully CG character with this nuanced performance involved extending Weta Digital's leading digital performance capabilities even further, with several new techniques and toolsets.
All that for a drop of blood.
Working from a rich reference performance by actor Josh Brolin, we used these new technologies to bring Thanos to the screen. Thanos is the first appearance of a character where the facial animation incorporates a new approach we call the actor puppet. This approach incurs an overhead. We have to build 2 full digital facial puppets for one character, but we figure it's worth it to ensure we are accurately capturing all of the nuances of Josh's performance. Careful calibration of the 2 puppets, actor and character, allows for a seamless migration of the actor's performance to the character.
Very, very much.
We used forensic facial tissue density data, defining a physical relationship between Josh and Thanos at the tissue level to help with this calibration process. A keyframe pass is always performed on the character puppet once the performance has been migrated. Here we added a subtle head tilt and a furrow to the brow to indicate Thanos going from questioning to threatening.
No tricks.
Thanos has a particularly prominent neck. Usually we use the neck as a transition zone between the blend-shaped network-based facial rig and the muscle and tissue-based body rig. But here we extended the facial rig down into the neck, giving animators full control over the neck performance. In Endgame, we introduced a new tool called Deep Shapes to add further complexity to his facial performance. It added another octave of detail to the facial performance, factoring in muscle depth to the way one expression migrates into the next.
Find the stones. Bring them to me.
Thanos had the most complex facial rig ever built at Weta Digital. Motion capture from Brolin and the stunt team gave us a great starting point for his body motion. We heavily augmented these performances using keyframe animation to make sure he always felt believably heavy and at the same time agile. The filmmakers felt it was important for us to be able to respond to creative direction over the timing and extent of Thanos' muscles bulging and flexing. So we provided a control to the animators which acted as an override on the procedural muscle system to enable them to respond to this direction. As we say goodbye to Thanos, we carefully mirrored the somber performance that closed Infinity War, as he slowly sits and contemplates his fate.